Kelly Horn, Senior Sales Executive for Promontory. Thank you for your time. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Beautiful development. Absolutely love Promontory. A lot of success here over the years. You represent Promontory. This is your baby. Tell us what's so special about this development.
Sure. So I've been selling here for over 7 years. I just refer to Promontory as kind of the king of the developments here. We've been in existence since the early 2000s. We have the most amenities out of any club, the most golf courses, the most on-ski properties. It really just is something that's so ahead of all the other developments. I don't see why anyone would choose anywhere else.
So let's talk about that a little bit, some of the differences, and hone in on things a little bit more. You know Promontory like nobody else. Tell us a little bit more about what makes this place so special.
Sure. So we're spread out over 7,200 acres.
Okay.
We're pretty massive, but 60% of that is designated to be open space. So there's certain areas that are going to feel more dense, certain that are a little more open. Of that 7,200 acres, we will only ever have about 1,900 lots. So we're very careful in our land development, in our planning. There's different views from over 30 different neighborhoods. A lot of segmentation here. Our homes are anywhere from 2,000 to over 10,000 square foot. So whatever a family's looking for, we have a great range where they can find something here.
And what I've noticed every time I drive into this beautiful development is the homes are not right on top of each other. I mean, the thought that went into the planning of the placement of these homes was really spectacular, because it feels like everybody has their own space and these homes are not on top of each other.
I agree with that, and I think the placement of all the different amenities and clubhouses, even though we have so many, has done a great job over the community. So if you want to be close to amenity, you have multiple different options rather than just one clubhouse and walking to one golf course. So it really lets all of the community and all of the owners feel like they have their own piece of Promontory right next to them.
So you mentioned some of the amenities here, and you know, some of the fun things you can do. Let's dig into them a little bit more. Tell us more about some of the exciting things, your golf course, your lake, your ski access, and things like that.
Sure. So my favorite amenity, even though golf and ski is so major in Promontory, is our beach club. There's nobody else.
It's gorgeous.
7,000 feet, elevation, and we have our own man-made lake that you can do stand-up paddleboarding, boat toys, and you're overlooking the Wasatch Mountains, so you're seeing sunset. It's a pretty incredible opportunity, but what most people bring the draw to Promontory is our 3 signature golf courses. They're all 18-hole. 2 years ago, we just opened the Hills, which is our par 3 18-hole course. So maybe for the people like myself that aren't an excellent golfer yet, it's a great place to start. We also have 4 golf simulators in that clubhouse, so 300 different courses. In the winter, you can still get your fix. So besides our 3 golf courses, also 2 on-property member lodges, and that's important if you have any snowboarders in your family, because we'll have a presence both on Park City for ski and snowboarding and Deer Valley for ski. So those are private members only lodges where we have shuttles that go directly from Promontory to the lodges, store your gear, everything there throughout the season. So all you have to do is grab your coffee and get on the mountain.
So if you mentioned many of the wonderful amenities around here. If someone is now just really excited to communicate with someone within your team or you, how do you recommend they get a hold of you, and then what's the process if they want to come look at some of the lots?
Sure, I think we capture a lot of our buyers from looking online. We're a pretty vast community, so people wanting to dial in with an expert will reach out to our team. And from there, it's understanding how quickly do they want to be in, what size of home they're looking for, full membership or social membership. That's important because our full memberships are specific property to property. We have a 131 person wait list for that full membership as well. So little things, little nuances that working with the on-site sales team, we can really dial in for you.
We're standing outside of a beautiful home here in the Promontory area. I want to talk a little bit more about the design process and then the construction process. So why don't we go inside, take a look at this beautiful home, and talk more about that.
Sounds great.
Kelly, we have moved inside an absolutely stunning Promontory home, 7,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms. The kitchen is to die for. It flows right into a great room with a linear fireplace, beautiful television. This is what Promontory living is all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm super proud of this home. Great example of what can be built in Promontory. Lot selection is really important here. You can see that nothing will be built in front of you, all the way out to the Wasatch Mountain Range. The whole interior is radiant, the whole exterior is radiant. a lot of natural stone materials. In terms of quality of construction and finishes, this is really the epitome of what the Promontory build should look for.
All right, but to get to this point, to get to the beautiful finishes, we talked about the lots, we talked about how to kind of navigate that a little bit. There is a process though, and it takes probably longer than most people think when they want to build in a development like Promontory. There's the design phase, you have to find the right architect, then there's the ARC phase. Talk us through how that portion of it works if you want to build in Promontory.
Yes, I feel like a lot of buyers are daunted about the build process. Maybe that's just because they're not familiar or they don't understand using someone who's worked in the community before. Obviously, your company has great experience with the build. Super easy to streamline. The process would be starting out with your lot. There's a big delineation, whether it's over an acre or under an acre. That will determine your build size, your max capacity of the home that you can put on the home site. Most of our home sites that are remaining are going to be over an acre, so you can build 3,500 to 8,000 square feet.
Good size.
Good size. From there, picking an architect who's built in Promontory before is going to speed along that process.
Let's focus on that a little bit because I think it's very important that understanding the development, understanding the requirements, understanding the topography is really something that's very important, and I don't think it should be overlooked by those who want to build.
I agree with that. You know, knowing how tall you can build on the front or back side from grade, how wide your overhangs have to be. There's little things that can trip you up in that design review process that could set you back a few weeks to a month. So great opportunities to use any recommended architect or someone who's worked in Promontory before. So you go through the Promontory design review process first. You'll get a few iterations back, just little tweaks, and then from there going into the county for review. Okay,
so you think the whole process, you tell people to allow 6 to 8 months, somewhere in that area?
I think that's very fair.
Okay.
Some architects are so familiar with Promontory, they can have plans ready quicker to go into design review. We meet every 2 weeks, so it's a quick process for those iterations to come back and any edits that are needed.
So I heard you say we. Are you on the ARC board by chance?
I am not.
Oh.
I mean, probably would have some pretty interesting builds coming through or just square metal boxes.
Gotcha. Okay, and then we move on into construction. And again, you're talking something that's totally different than most people are probably used to because again, topography, possibly running into rock, just working with the lots and things like that. So, and the winter, you know, building a home over a Park City winter can be rather unusual. What do you tell everybody to expect that it should take to build their home? How long?
Sure, I think a good range would be for a 6,000 to 8,000 square foot home, maybe shovel and ground, probably 14 to 16 months. You know, if you're going to have gold plated everything and a ton of steel and very intricate architecture, which we have here, I'd allow for a little bit more time based on those build plans. The more simple, you can probably cut that timeline down. I think you're probably used to the same questions from California buyers or Texas buyers who just cannot believe that we can continue to build through the winter. And what do you do? How do the flat roofs handle the snow load? It's a lot of stuff that being familiar with this environment, people are a little bit hesitant, but then understanding that these are the conditions we build in all the time, that we are able to build through the winter, that you don't have to ask those questions because we're familiar with the environment. Excellent information. Okay, final question. It's going to be the hardest. One more time, since you're the senior sales executive, give us your best sales pitch on why Promontory. I mean, that's the best part of my job, right? I don't even have to sell. I think everyone who comes through Promontory and gets to put boots on the ground really sees how different we are from any other community in Utah. There's something for everyone here. It's a legacy property, a legacy membership. So our memberships are vertical, whether it's grandparents, parents, grandkids. We're truly a year-round community. So difference from ski in, ski out. We're just a golf course community. It literally
or the beach.
Or the beach. Thank you, the beach club. So we truly are just a playground, just a Disneyland for Park City. I'm very proud to work here.
Thank you for your time. It's always nice to see you.
Thank you.